is the most wonderful time of the year. So today I want to share with you our traditional family recipe of plum cake with rum-soaked fruits. It's a tradition to make this cake with rum, but if you prefer not to use alcohol, you can soak the fruits in orange juice. So let's begin the process with soaking the fruits. Take half a cup of dark raisins. I'm soaking double the amount of fruits that I need for this cake so that I don't have to wait one whole week to make another cake. Half cup of cranberries. Half a cup of prunes. And half a cup of golden raisins. Fill your jar with either rum or orange juice. If you're using orange juice, then you need to refrigerate this. But if you're using rum, then leave it in an area away from direct sunlight at room temperature. Give it a good shake and it's ready. Soak this for about a week. Meanwhile, preheat your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees centigrade. The longer these fruits soak, the better, but minimum 1 week is recommended. These are the ones that we soaked today. And to make the cake today, I soaked a batch last week which is ready to use. The fruits are all nice and plump. In a bowl with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, add zest of 1 orange. Zest only the colored part of the peel. The white part is bitter. Now add zest of 1 lemon. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1.5 teaspoon of the spice mix. This spice mix have 1/4 teaspoons of nutmeg powder, 1/4 teaspoons of cloves powder, and a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. This is a very simple and easy cake to make. We mix the dry ingredients separate, the wet ingredients separate, and we fold them all together. Give the dry ingredients a quick mix and let's move on to the wet ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, take 3 sticks of unsalted butter, then add 2 cups of brown sugar. Now whisk the butter and sugar together until the mix is fluffy and creamy. Now that we have creamed the butter and sugar well, we will add 5 eggs to this mix, one at a time. Between addition of eggs, make sure the previous one is well combined. In case you are wondering, most of the alcohol evaporates during baking, so you need to eat the whole cake by yourself to feel even a little bit tipsy. Add 1 cup of whole milk and 2 tablespoons of molasses. Molasses will give this cake the deep, rich brown color it needs. Same like eggs, I'm adding 1 tablespoon at a time. The mix will not look brown at this time, but it will after it bakes. Now we will fold in our dry mix and I will reserve about 1 cup and I will show you why in a minute. And now we will make the cake batter mixing the dry and the wet ingredients. The batter is now smooth and there are no lumps. Spoon out about a cup of soaked fruits. We don't need the liquid yet. Add half a cup of pecan halves to our reserved flour, half a cup of walnut halves, half a cup of glazed green cherries, and half a cup of glazed red cherries. You can also use candied peels, but these glazed cherries add a nice texture and a festive colors to your cake. Coating these fruits with flour before adding to batter will make sure they don't sink to the bottom of the pan while baking. With the help of a spatula, mix all the fruits and the batter together. And now the star of the show, the soaked fruits. This recipe will make a cake of about 5 pounds, which will give you about 10 to 12 decent sized portions. Now let's take a bundt cake pan of 12 cup size and spray it generously all around with a baking spray. Remember, baking spray and not a cooking spray. A baking spray has flour in it, which will help in easy release of your cake after baking. Fill your pan with all the batter. If you do not have a bundt cake pan, you can also use 4 9x4 loaf tins with this amount of batter. Tap your cake pan gently onto the counter to release any air bubble. Now with the help of spatula, smooth the batter on the top. And this cake is ready to bake. Bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 55 to 60 minutes. While our cake is baking, let's strain out about half a cup of the rum from our soaked fruits. We will use this to feed our cake. As you can clearly see, the rum has become thick and syrupy, and that is because of the natural sugar from all the fruits soaked in it. This will be a total game changer. It's been about 55 minutes and our cake is ready. I'm going to leave it in the pan for about 10 minutes. Always ensure the doneness of your cake by inserting a toothpick or a skewer into the thickest part. If it comes out clean, your cake is ready to serve. After cooling your cake for about 10 minutes inside the pan, flip it over and let it sit on a cooling rack for about 10 more minutes. And now we will feed our cake. To do that, poke some holes on top of your cake with the help of a skewer or a toothpick. And then spoon all the fruit-infused rum on top of your cake. Not only it will make it moist and soft, but also will intensify the flavor. This traditional classic is now ready to serve. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing it with your friends and family. And until next time, happy holidays and happy new year from all of us at Lillionaire's Club.